welcome, my Aquarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Jarring the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 years old. Yeah, we're getting there. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle, link in the description box, and you can preview it for free on Kindle and read the dedication to my mom, which is really heartwarming, and some of the reviews of the people who've read it, which I love that book. It's my legacy until I write the next one, and it's a big and. I'm a creator on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, the best career move I have made to date in terms of letting my artist free after being a minister. I'm still a teacher and a reader, but yeah, I defrocked myself. And got humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses over there, 6 different tiers of subscription, offering a lot on all of them. So check out the link in the description box. You know why? Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Shall we? The theme for this series of Work, Career, Vocation reads, for me, is to keep my artist engaged as dress for the job you want. Mal-El of Krypton, the last gay of Krypton, I'm ready to rock and roll. My aqua lungs, my aquariums, let's get up in this gig. If you're new to the channel, a work, career, vocation read is really what's called a 3-level of power spread. We're going to use the archetypal lenses of the 3 levels of power to look at your life purpose, work, career, vocation. There is a section in the description box for related videos to the subject matter. One of them in there is about the 3 levels of power, a lecture by Carolyn Myss, spelled M-Y-S-S. She is a PhD. These are her archetype cards. We're going to be putting our first 3 cards down out of a 12-card spread. So you can use the 3 levels of power to look at all sorts of different areas of life. We're going to be doing it for life purpose, because the more you fulfill your life purpose, the better this world gets, right? There are chakras involved, bringing it into alignment. There's leverage. There's all sorts of that. I'll explain as I go, as the guides tell me what to say, which is why I got this gig, apparently, lifelong as a reader. So that, you know, you can help fulfill your role in the universe's plan. Because I gotta tell you, at 53 years old, yeah, I know I don't look at things, the universe always has a plan, no matter how anything appears to be. It's just the truth of it all. So the more you can bring yourself into alignment, raise your vibration, align your chakras and all that jazz, work, career, vocation-wise, you are helping this world evolve. I'm well aware of what's going on the news, by the way. This is being recorded in June of 2022. So, the Ukraine war, Roe versus Wade up in the air, all sorts of corruption, school shootings, you know, a lot. I mean, there's always been something of that on planet Earth. But let's face it, not all of us have the political or financial power to do anything about that directly. So let's use our alignment, our energy, our higher self, soul, personality, and even our ego to do what needs to get done on the planet. And maybe anchor something truly based in paradise, a 5th-dimensional unity consciousness. Yeah. So that being said, let's try and have fun with this, shall we, right? It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs. Standard stuff, because I know for myself, my Virgo sun looks at work. Like, that's where I find my leverage in these readings. My Pisces moon, absolutely my vocation. It's the mystic in me. Absolutely, it goes for the spiritual, mystical 3rd level of power. And, of course, my Leo rising and my Venus in Libra just loves the career part. Yeah, let's have fun with this, shall we? Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. I will do the best that I can to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that is part of my life purpose fulfillment, mystic, artist, corporate president, vocation, career, work, so that we can all maybe move into a better timeline, a golden timeline where everything works out for the best for everybody. Yeah, even them. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. From explanation to divination, doodah. Doodah, as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and apparently the garbage truck coming down the thing. I'll pause the video if I have to. Please, I need 3 cards in clarity for the Aquarian Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. We're going to lay them down: work, career, vocation, first, second, and third level of power, but we're going to interpret them in reverse order: vocation, career, and work. So what's the 8th chakra dynamic, right? Hovering over their head, holding the archetypal soul powers for them to develop and alchemize from lead to gold, pain to peace, shadow to light, toxic to healthy. First in their work, first level of power, physical world, literal world, how they survive, their survival intuition, lower 3 chakra dominant, remember that. In their career, their second level of power, their personal level of power, their creative intuition, heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra dynamic, the yin energy. First level is yang, second level is yin, the inside, the goddess energy. But what's the 8th chakra there? Send it down the lesson, changing the electromagnetics of every other chakra underneath it, really in all cases here. And for their vocation, 8th chakra dominant, visionary intuition, their spiritual calling, their vocation, the star that calls them forward, their spiritual mission, their divine orders, whatever they want to call it, in this timeless Aquarian work, career, vocation read. These are in the title. Let's see how brave you are. Well. You've got you are the mother, athlete, lover. That's pretty cool. The mother is a feminine family archetype. There are 9 different families. The athlete is the creative family archetype. I'll explain when I get there. One of the creative family archetypes in the creative intuition zone, which is lovely. And you've got the lover, a masculine family archetype. And just because I keep having to say it, because you've got a feminine and a masculine here, family of archetypes, it has nothing to do with bodily gender. It doesn't matter what chromosomes. You do you. Identify as you want. I love you and I support you. I'm doing this during Gay Pride Month. I'm a gay man and a Kryptonian, apparently, whatever, with strong ties to Themyscira. A hero on a hero's journey of the path of true love, etc. So, because even in this picture, it's a woman, right? But it's a masculine family archetype, the demonstrative aspect of the lover. I have all of these archetypes, but I have no planets in Aquarium, because the Pisces moon would feel jealous that they got an Aquarium. Let's talk about the mother archetype, shadow to light, pain to peace. This is the lesson in terms of your calling you're going through right now, and let's call it what it is. There is a goddess archetype in here. This is different. The mother archetype, its shadow is pretty horrific. Smothering or abandoning children, right? Total extreme, like total control, smothering them, or just completely, right? Like total abuse or total neglect, somewhere in between. Instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. I didn't have that in my family. They're like, go, you wild artistic witch freak. We love you. Good luck. That was not an issue in my family at all. But because it's 8th chakra, right? This can be about creativity, because the light aspect, nurturance, patience, unconditional love, which you're more apt to get tuning into the 8th chakra, the satellite, right? Like a real transcend. Oh, and you're Aquarians, right? You guys are the satellite, fixed air, the stratosphere, 11th house, interacting with the world. We are the world, linking pinks. We are the children, right? Seeing that larger picture. So this might be about you spiritually mothering yourself, you spiritually mothering other people, using your spiritual, mystical power in your vocation. In your career, the artist, it's the creative family of archetypes. But if you think of how an athlete creates their body, creates their warm-up, creates their goals and their objective. It really is. And I have the athlete archetype. It's in tandem with my artist archetype. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And if you read Carolyn Myss's book, Anatomy of the Spirit, you get like actually 36, 3 rings of 12 archetypes, one for a reason, cosmic, which tends to come and go, one for a season, that's kairos, the middle wheel, and then a lifetime, chronos, that you have from womb to tomb, birth to death. So, you know, the athlete archetype, it's not all about sports. I'm a dancer. I dance every morning. I have to. I have to move my body to get the energy moving, right? To create, then this. It's my warm-up. Shadow attribute, misuse of athletic ability or selfish ends, for selfish ends, right? So you're going to use your athletic ability for purely selfish ends. False sense of vulnerability and entitlement. Look, I was in show business for a good, long, hot second, and that's all you see for a while. You know, the people backstabbing other people, misusing their ability to do what they got to do, to knock people out of the way. But the light attribute, dedication to transcending physical limits. I always get Christopher Reeve, my favorite Superman, God bless you, and Death Trap when he makes out with Michael Caine. I'm pretty sure I knew I was gay at that point. Yeah, before that, most likely. Transcending physical limits, including handicaps. Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit, right? So you're developing willpower, throat chakra, choices, decisions, and strength of spirit, strengthening your spirit. I think that's great. Teen spirit. It smells like teen spirit, though. Aw, Kurt Cobain. I would have rocked his world. He would have rocked mine, too. Let's talk about the lover archetype. I got this one in spades, too. The lover archetype is beautiful as it sounds. It's not like the lover card in tarot. No. The shadow's pretty toxic, and that's the point. All archetypes are neutral. It's a percentage scale from lead to gold, toxic to healthy, blah, blah, blah. The shadow of the lover, obsessive passion that harms others, like keying cars, like stalking, right? Just all that cuckoo bananas crazy, self-destructive devotion. Now keep in mind, this is in work that we're looking here. I will pause this. I will turn this car around. I just turned into my mom for a second. It's okay. I'm going to see her next week. I'm so psyched to see her driving up to Saratoga. But this can be, you know, that obsessive passion for what you have if it's not balanced and healed, or maybe you're dealing with that in the workspace. The light attribute, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. You could love your work, you really, really could. But do you get obsessive about it where, you know, I do. It's a balance. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. You know, one of my spirit animals is the crow, the Sheryl Crow, right? It's like I can get so wrapped up. When I wrote Words of Grace, like I didn't eat and sleep and bathe because it was before the YouTube thing went down. I had videos on YouTube doing my spiritual counseling. But when I was writing Words of Grace, I was a nightmare to look at. Can you imagine? No, I bet you can't. So, beautiful. The mother, athlete, lover. It even kind of rhymes. It does rhyme. So that's the most we're going to talk about any of these cards individually. Everything else is just to clarify those, working our way down the chakras. So, keeping with, we're going to lay them down this way, but interpret them this way. We're going to look at your work. Now, the next 4 chakras down. Heart, third eye, crown is your yin energy. Your feminine energy. Your goddess energy. Your psychological world, right? Heart, third eye, crown. It's the stuff nobody knows about unless you tell them with that throat chakra. But this is lower 3 chakra, physical world dominant. So this is what's going on behind the scenes with that lover. Now keep in mind, the archetypes send down the messages. You have free will to work with the curriculum, to not delay what cannot be prevented, or to delay what cannot be prevented. Please take a nice deep breath. This is going to be good. I can feel that. Still point. Yeah, Take me up high for this, please. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the East. Please, my beloveds, 3 cards in clarity. Heart, third eye crown, yin dynamic, feminine energy. Spiritual power, mental power, willpower, emotional power for the Aquarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. They got the Lover in their work. What's going on? Heart, third eye crown there. Oh, slippery. The Maiden of Flames. That is the Aries card. That would be the King of Wands. Calafia, Amazon goddess of indigenous California, hence Calafia, if you're with me on that. My goddesses, the athlete in their career, which whenever you get a creative family archetype in the creative intuition, heartthroat, third eye crown, here, their passion, their hunger, their thirst, which athletes certainly have. In fact, the word passion's in here. Oh no, that's in the Lover. So what's going on? Heart, third eye crown behind the scenes there in the dominant heart, third eye crown level of power. We've got the 9 of Cups, Kuan Yin. Excellent. We'll, like I said, lay them out and then we're going to go and interpret them in reverse order because we want to get this third one on the table. My goddesses, please, of all things, the Mother archetype in the 8th chakra. Really shooting for that spiritual, mystical, hard to explain it, and yet it's there, that unconditional love, that ability to gestate and create life, which is going to make its way down into physical form rather nicely here for my aqualungs, my aquariums. What's going on? Heart, third eye crown in their vocation, their spiritual calling. Please leave 1 card in my hand. There it is. The Sun? The Sun? The Sun. S-U-N, not S-O-N, just to clarify. Amaterasu, look her up. Japanese goddess of the sun, I believe. Friends with the Sisters of Uzumi, the goddess of laughter. It's hard for me to remember all of them. But I could have been a comparative religion scholar, but I would have had to wear tweed with elbow patches, and they probably wouldn't let me have purple hair. So let's look at this. In your vocation, the Mother archetype is opening you up, opening up the light within you. When it's a major arcana card, heart, third eye crown, it's all 4, right? Fire, earth, air, water, poof, as spirit, we are Captain Planet. So there is enlightenment going on here. There is healing, there is wholeness. Your light is shining at full capacity. Lovely. I would think that could be very, very strong leverage. Usually I feel where the leverage is in each reading early on, but not really zoning in on that yet. Love that. Kuan Yin, 9 of Cups with the athlete over that. This is very heart chakra. 9 of Cups is that emotionally, you're good. Right? It's not the 10 of Cups. You don't need the 10 of Cups. That's when that other cup shows up. Just the paradox of it all, right? So very much putting your heart, but feeling good. I mean, Kuan Yin is the Chinese goddess, bodhisattva, saint. It depends. A lot of people give her different titles, but of compassion and contentment and divine love and unconditional love. And she is a mother. She's a mother of compassion. So if you're doing any work with Kuan Yin, I mean, some people do, some people don't. I know she's big in Reiki, right? Karuna Reiki, Compassion Reiki. Great, big, huge. But in terms of a creative process, this is lovely. This is really nice. In the Lover, whenever you have a court card, in this case, like I said, this would be the King of Wands, but this is the Maiden of Flames, is the Aries card, Cardinal Fire. It's inside you. So yes, it might be mirrored in someone on the outside, and certainly if you have any planets in Aries, have a look and see what's going on there, any transits at the time of this recording. But this is about self-starting. This is about the ego, the personality. This could really be about you by your own choice, your own throat chakra, really alchemizing this and giving yourself the frequency of love that only you can give. Imagine like every instrument on planet Earth plays music, but it has its own specific vibrational tone, if you will. Right? So to give yourself your own specific, like your heart chakra, when that unconditional love comes in and you give it back unto your own heart, and we'll see what's going to happen in the lower three chakras, next three cards, this is just going to light you up. And really, because love is the universal solvent in the alchemical equation, from lead to gold. Not the only ingredient, but it's an important one. A great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something, and wouldn't it be nice if you were part of that? Right? That self-love and that self-initiation. This is very much, this feels like somebody who's some kind of artist. Maybe not everybody watching this is that, but that's a certain take on this. A spiritual artist, and we all are. We all are in our way, right? Taking that unconditional love of the mother and the son down through the athlete and Kuan Yin, Nine of Cups, and then into the lover with the lover archetype with the Aries on the inside. This is golden. Loving this for you. But wait, we're all halfway done. Mythic Tarot will take care of the masculine aspect of this, the yang, the external, the lower three chakra stuff. From outside looking in at you, you from the inside looking out at a place, person, thing, person, place, or things. You know they're nouns, special kind of word, like anything you've ever heard. Again, we're going to lay them down, but it's important to say, because people don't know this, lower three chakras are also about relationships. Root chakra is groups, tribes, 3 or more people, but people don't understand how many tribes they're in. Now, I think this is important for Aquarians because 11th house is about humanitarianism and egalitarianism and, you know, we are the world, we are the children, all of that. That's very tribal, right? Even your relationship to planet Earth and all of life on it. That's how tribal. Your ancestral patterns, blah, blah, blah. Second chakra is umbilical, one-on-one relationship to another person or thing. Addictions, for example, is a toxic. Second chakra, a leaded chakra exchange. That's not great, but it's also money, sex, and power, and obviously in work you want to make money, or in your career or vocation. I make my money through my career, not my work. I don't get paid for being a corporate president. No, that's all the grunt. That's all the executive blah blah. This is my joy, my passion, and that's how I get paid. So solar plexus is probably the most important, though. Your relationship to yourself in the world, your honor code, what you will, what you won't, your self-esteem, which is a verb, not a noun, your own survival intuition in your gut that usually nobody else gets but you, and do you trust? Do you estimate yourself and your intuition? Do you feel it yin and then act on it yang? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Alright, well this feels different. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the East, please, 3 cards in clarity, left to right. We'll read them right to left for the Aquarian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, watching this video, receiving this reading in this timeless work, career, vocation reading. In their work, they've got the Lover in the 8th over a very dominant throat chakra, initiatory, creative fire in on the inner. What's going on the outer in their work? Oh, 7 of Cups. Emotional options. We'll come back to it. Well, and that would make sense with the 9 of Cups on the inner. There's a link here. Let's see. My gods in their career, high throat, third eye crown dominant. They have got Kuan Yin with the athlete archetype. Really setting goals, creating, and being athletic about it, right? Maybe they're creating a routine to balance this out. What's this look like? Lower 3 chakras. Please. Knight of Cups. What did I say about that? That 10th cup. Because you're sort of chill and flowing and putting your heart into it. This feels lovely. This is either you from the outside looking in, you taking that Ace of Cups out into the world as some kind of creative expression, emotionally based and athletically driven in some way, shape, or form, or this is an emotional opportunity coming to you. This is the Pisces card, mutable water. All the knights are mutable, all the queens are fixed, all the kings are cardinal. Cardinal, fixed, mutable, 4 different signs, 12 signs of the right, 4 different elements. 4 times 3 is 12 signs of the zodiac. Fuck, I did math. Be happy. And then you do fishy jumping there. But the knights are also on horses. They travel at different speeds. Virgo, walk. Pisces, trot. So I don't get this is a hot to trot, but you know, an athlete trotting does make sense. Sagittarius is canter. It's a speed on a horse, and you don't see it anywhere else. And of course, everybody knows Gemini, gallop. So this is kind of taking your time, but a little bit faster. I like the pacing of that. And of course, I'm a Pisces moon, I'll tell you. You will know. Or this could be a Pisces individual coming in, inspiring you, maybe offering you a cup. But remember, we're talking career. This is not a romantic read, but if that's what's going on, this is going to take an athletic effort to create this the right way. That's in alignment with the truth of who you really are. Sorry, I really went deep on that one. Please, my gods, in their vocation, Mother in the 8th, the Sun, that just lightens everything else here. What's going on the outside? Yeah. 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. A bit of a battle, a necessary battle, a bit of a conflict being resolved. 5s are numbers of change, right? Like Pentacle is the point of working with the Pentacle. It represents fire, earth, air, water, and spirit, a symbol of grounding, transformation, and manifestation. Well, so this is saying your unconditional love is really lit, dealing with some kind of conflict, a back and forth. Sure, in Rider-Waite Tarot, it looks like a mock battle, like a practice, maybe even like a rehearsal, or, you know, regardless of what it is, you are coming to this as a creative, divine feminine force of the mother archetype. Remember, nurturance, patience, which could also have to do with that Knight of Cups, unconditional love and joy in giving birth to life, perhaps during a bit of a conflict of wills. Well, I mean, look, I have been in the spiritual industry. I got my first New Age metaphysical job in 1987, 88 in a crystal store in Porter Square, Massachusetts, when I left college to follow my my calling. Yeah, and so I want to get paid, but I want to be unconditionally loving. Honestly, that's the only card here that suggests anything tricky. The rest of this looks fine, and it does make sense, right? That creatively, here's the words that just came to me. You go with the flow, right? Unless you're a salmon trying to mate, don't swim upstream. It's a weird reference. They just popped into my head. But certainly your ability to set your goals and go for them, right? To transcend physical limits here, to go with the flow, with this lovely open heart, Kuan Yin, compassion to yourself. I highly recommend the books of Matt Kahn, Whatever Rises, love that. Everything is here to help you. And I know he's got a new one out at the time of this recording. I haven't gotten it yet. Won't review the book until I read it. But the universe always has a plan. 10 golden rules of letting go. The mantra for compassion is it's okay. Right? Whatever you're feeling, love it. It's going to really help you in your career to stay very fluid and flexible. And I think fluid is really the word there, double water. So speaking of Matt Kahn, his healing deck are the last 3 cards down. We're not reading them from the bookie book. These readings are long enough. So you get 1 for each. 1 that will help you align and heal your work, 1 for your career, 1 your vocation. But if you work all 3 together, it brings them all into alignment little by little by little. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. as I call upon the Ascended Masters of Life Purpose through the archetypal lenses of work, career, and vocation. Please, one for work, one for career, one for vocation. We'll lay them down and then we'll read them in reverse for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their work. They've got the Lover in the 8th, Maiden of Flames, Aries, Calafia on the inner, 7 of Cups on the outer, which I didn't really go into too much, but that is emotional options. It's like, well, I could do that, or I could do that, or I could do that. I like that one, but you got to pick one of them. You could get to the other 6 later, right? Coming from that place of the 6 of Cups of balance, it's like, well, now that I found emotional balance in a 6, with a really strong emotional flow in the 9 here, this is really about really tuning into your heart, what you want. Look, I come from a family of professionals. I come from teachers and lawyers, and I've got a judge in the family. You know, I got a huge family, both blood and step. I mean, me being the only professional witch, I'm pretty sure the only gay man in the family, right? Of course there are people who wanted me to do other things, but I had to follow my what my soul wanted, or I wasn't going to live. And I think those other quantum versions of me that stuck with show business, that stuck with modeling, got into some really nasty business and probably didn't survive. Alright, so the road less traveled, and remember, as long as you love it, as long as your guidance and grace, who cares what they think? Alright, Ascended Masters, I got the Lover in the 8th in their work. I think we clarified that one. That's for somebody for sure. Aries on the inner, Calafia, self-fire, doing that for themselves. 7 of Cups on the outer. What's their perfect healing mantra? Celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. So this is a simple thing, but there is some process in there of simplifying it, and then to celebrate this. And that's what I see with that Aries on the inner, right? It's like, I'm going to choose what I love. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple, silly. Kiss. All they want is your extra time. God bless you, Prince. All right, creative level of power here in their career, athlete in the 8th. Nope. 9 of Cups, Kuan Yin on the inner, Pisces on the outer, mutable water, a lot of mutability going on there. Maybe they're dealing with a Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, whoever, whatever. Their mantra is invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. This seems to keep coming up, not just in these reads, but across the board. Invoking self-realization. Now, self-realization means to make the self real for yourself. Like, you can have a dream, but then you realize the dream. It's active, right? It's not just a vision. It's something that's brought into, like, I am going to realize dinner later. I'm going to make it real. So the breath is the prana, is the chi, is the life force. So each breath confirms how awake I already am. I would say in this point, your breath is kind of showing you that you are awake to what you are feeling in terms of what animates you on the inside heart, third eye crown. What makes your heart open and flow? And to be that compassionate with yourself, how creatively are you awake? And of course, spiritually, prana, chi, life force, it's all the breath, right? The breath is the living embodiment, the living presence of well-being. The more mindfully we breathe, the more alive we feel, and that's from Matt Kahn's The Universe Always Has a Plan. It's a good mantra. Try it with breath work. It's a hoot. Ascended Masters in their vocation. Mother in the 8th, the Sun on the inner, 5 of Wands on the outer, which is Jason and the Argonauts with the help of, I believe, Medea, getting the golden fleece from the dragon, but they don't kill it, they lull it to sleep. Well, thanks to the witch, of course. So what's in their vocation? What's their healing mantra there to help them bring that in alignment? That was a last minute card switch. Welcoming surrender, there is no problem. only destiny being revealed. That was a good one. Because it's so easy for the mind to create problems. This isn't a problem. It's just destiny being revealed. It's necessary. You're not doing anything wrong. No one else is really doing anything wrong. It's just what's written in the script for you to go through this conflict. It's not a problem. It's just I've been handed fate that I can't change, and it's destiny being revealed. If you go into that unconditional love space, unconditional love space, unconditional love space, all three levels in different ways, certainly that's going to move this alchemy through for you. And you know what's after the 5 of Wands is the 6 of Wands, that visibility and that victory. Letting that sunlight, letting your your light shine at full capacity, because there is no problem. Only destiny, your destiny being revealed. So to simplify it in your work, you're celebrating simplicity in your career. You're invoking self-realization, which is just the coolest thing for a creative type in any way, shape, or form. In your vocation, you're welcoming surrender. So to heal all of it, there is no problem, only destiny being revealed. Each breath confirms how awake I already am, and I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to put it together in a summation blessing, a blessation. I don't know, one of my people on Patreon named it. Oh, and I got a new name for the group. Malcontents now, apparently it came out of my mouth this morning on Patreon. Maligators, hey my maligators, what do you think? I kind of love it. I kind of dig it. It made me laugh. It just flew out of my mouth. I cracked up on camera. It was a good moment. And then we're going to chat at the end after I do the blessing for you all, and we'll chat a little bit, and that's where I let go of in this case, Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, by letting the goofy loose. Not that I've been all strict and buttoned up, but at least I'm House of L. Never kneel before Zod. Unless maybe it's Terrence Stamp. If that's your gig. Daddy. We do these blessings for real, no matter how much fun we may have, no matter how much goofy we bring to the party. When it comes to blessing, that's what we're here for. Ready? Both feet on the floor if you can. And please take a nice deep breath, you big air signs. Here we go. Still point. I do indeed call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, that they may fulfill their role in the universe's plan, because it's always got one, and every single one of us is a very intrinsic and important part. That they may, in their vocation, embrace their nurturance, develop their patience, feel and express that unconditional love, experiencing joy in giving birth to life, and that can be as much of a creation as anything else, right? And a project. Life is going to happen to us. Might as well work with it, and with this intense healing of the sun, their light, their happiness, their joy shining through it feels great, and they're going to be able to overcome any challenges that's really working with them, particularly if there are creative difficulties or conflicts, or very much that thing of, well, if I do that, I'm gonna hate it, so I'd rather choose what I love. But it's not a problem. It's only destiny being fulfilled. If you're not really clear about what you don't want, it's really hard to get really clear on what you do want. Abraham Hicks, White Courtesy Telephone. And so that in their career, they can embrace their dedication to transcending physical limits, which can involve money, by the way, all sorts of things, but also including handicaps, developing their personal willpower and strength of spirit with that lovely Nine of Cups, open with the flow. May not be totally at unconditional love, but they might be at unconditional compassion, and certainly that is part of the Pisces 12th house dynamic as well, whether they're dealing with a Pisces or not, whether they have any planets in Pisces or not. They are definitely trotting along with a cup of love in their hand, or at least a cup of emotion, their intuition calling them forth, and all they gotta do is breathe as they invoke self-realization, each breath confirming how awake they already are, and so that in their work they can experience their great passion and devotion and unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And if it's someone, let it begin with them, right? Let there be unconditional love on earth, and let it begin with me. A little St. Francis, but not exactly. St. Francis paraphrase. To give themselves that frequency of love, to really tune in to what it is they really want, throat chakra, and make their decisions accordingly, because they're presented with some very dreamy, emotional options, and they got to choose one to manifest it. Doesn't mean they can't have them all eventually, but for them to really go with that heart chakra intuition really aligned here, it's like, no, this is what feels right. This can say whatever it wants. This might be feeling whatever it wants. But that heart chakra definitely is telling them what they need to do. And part of that is certainly to simplify so they can celebrate, because there's more fulfilled when there's less to manage and maintain. Get all the working parts in order, then step back and enjoy the ride. And may they be blessed that as they bring their chakras, their levels of power, their life purpose, their work, career, and vocation into alignment, fulfilling their role in the divine plan, that they get better, happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser. And that everyone around them gets lifted as a result, and that it infects and heals, if that's not a paradox, the quantum timey-wimey wibbly-wobbly of all of this, helping us all grow, heal, evolve, fulfill our parts in work, career, vocation, for our well-being and for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So let it be. And so it is. I think it's a very friendly read. Did you find it friendly? Did you find it helpful? Then hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Help the aquariums find it. I mean, it's like, just help. Right? Help circulate it out in the world. It's something about some guy named Al on a log who has rhythm, whatever. And if you want more of me here on the tube of you, do subscribe, because I'm not stopping. I'll be traveling next week at the time of this recording up to see my family, but you know I've got a new phone, so I will be taking pictures of gardens and puppies and seeing where we go. I think we're going to go plant shopping. I'm so excited. But if you want to go deep, if you want to see me stream pretty much every morning in a bathrobe with my hair doing what it's going to do with a gigantic cup of coffee talking about lunar astrology, then come play Patreon on Patreon. Really, best career move I ever made. I'm not kidding. Humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses, which is 6 tiers, not 7. Just love serving there, and has really set my creative life free, considering it had to take a backseat for so long. Never again the oppression times, at least for my career. So thank you for watching, and seriously, I've been doing work, career, vocation readings for people since I learned about the 3 levels of power, I think back in the late 90s, early 2000s, on my iPod. That's going back a ways for me. There's a link in the description box for a YouTube video called Booking a Reading with Mal. Explains everything for you, just like Clarissa Darling. So have at it, have fun, reach out, comment if you like, and by all means, wishing you the very, very best and the very, very blessed of your work, career, vocation when you're watching this. I love you. Hail. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.